Hi, my name is Jen. Thanks for joining me today. Today is going to be an intermediate reformer class. We are going to be working on all unilateral sides of our body. So everything is all about unilateral work. We are going to be starting with two heavy springs. That's two red springs on my balanced body. I am going to be starting with my box on the carriage, the short box position. And I hope to see you on the reformer. All right. So once you're ready, you're going to find yourself sitting in your tabletop position on that carriage. Your feet are going to be resting gently on the platform. From here, we're just going to draw those abs in, send our shoulders back. And from here, we're just going to be warming up our spine with a little cat-cow. So take a big, deep inhale around that spine. As you tuck your chin towards your chest, look down at that pelvis. Exhale, blow it out. Lengthen the spine, elongate the neck. Again, inhale, round the spine. Take a big inhale. Exhale, blow it out, elongate the spine. Stick the booty all the way up. Remember to keep those abs and ribs connected, not arching through your lower back, supporting it. But when you come down, I do like to take that anterior tuck to give that lower back a stretch. Inhale, round that spine. Exhale, blow it out. Let's do two more just like this. Inhale, getting that spine ready to work. And last one. Keep those abs and ribs connected. Keep those shoulders back and away from your ears. We're going to take our right foot, put our heel on that foot bar. I am on two heavy springs. So remember, at any time, this is just a suggestive weight. You can bring it up or bring it down. So from here, when you're ready, we're going to go for full leg extension. Bend and press, extend it out, and resist it in. So trying to keep those hips square to that carriage. Really finding that full length extension through the back of the leg as you're pressing out through that heel. Trying to control it as you come in, resisting it, working those little muscles as you bring that carriage in. Last two here. On this next one, when you come in, I want you to come in halfway. Give me little pulses, control it in and out. Use that breath for 4, 3, 2, last one. Extend it all the way out and bring it all the way in. We're sliding up to the ball of the foot. All 10 toes are taking real estate. Take an inhale, exhale, extend it out, and resist it in. So every time you extend out, you want to squeeze the top of that quad to get that full length extension. Softly bend into that joint. Keep those abs and ribs drawn in. Last 3 on this side till we come to those pulses. On this next one, I want you to come in halfway. Give me little pulses here. Control those pulses, resist them in, resist them out. For 4, 3, 2, 1, extend it all the way out and bring it all the way in. We're going to rotate. I'm going to come rotate towards you. So I'm going to drop my forearm and really press through this elbow to keep this shoulder lifted. From here, my foot is coming flat onto the bar. I'm facing you. And from here, we're going to go ahead, push ourselves out and resist ourselves in. So not dumping into the shoulder, pressing in and out of it, keeping that side body drawn in. Finding that full length extension as you press it out. Last 2, and then we're going to go in to those little pulses. On here, come in halfway. Little pulses here. for 4, 3, 2. Last one, extend it all the way out and bring it all the way in. Go bring yourself back to our center, take that foot off. And now we're going to switch to the other side. So my left heel is coming into that foot bar. My abs are drawn in, my shoulders are back and down. From here, full leg extension and resist it in. Remember, your gaze should be over the tip of your nose, so looking down a little bit over your headrest. Last 3. On this last one, I want you to come in halfway. Give me those little pulses here. Really trying to resist the carriage pulling you back in, using your muscles to slow that carriage down. Last 2. On that last one, extend it all the way out and bring it all the way in. Let's go ahead, slide up to the ball of that foot. Draw those abs in, shoulders away, press it out, and resist it in. So right away, this is full body work because we're keeping our abs pulled in. We're in that plank motion, so everything is active. So going right into our work immediately. Last one here, come in for those pulses. Last 2. On that last one, extend it all the way out. Bring it all the way in. We're going to open up to the other side now. So I'm going to turn towards my right, away from you. My full foot is coming onto that foot bar. My knee is trying to stay in line. From here, pushing out of the shoulder, not dumping in, coming in for that full length extension and bringing it back. Really controlling it here. Last 2. On this, come in halfway here, little pulses. Breathe it out for 4, 3, 2. Last one, extend it all the way out and bring it all the way in. Let's come back towards the center of that box. You can come down into child's pose and just give yourself a moment here. All right, we're going to go ahead, change some springs here. So I'm taking both of my heavies off, putting one medium on. So I have one medium spring and I am still facing towards my risers. I'm going to grab my right strap in my hand. And from here, that hand is going to come out down towards our hips. Now, please be mindful, we are further away from the shoulder blocks. So if you find that this blue spring is too heavy, then go to your lightest spring. From here, when you're ready, other hand comes onto the box or elbow comes down. From here, you're going to come into a tricep press and bring it back. So you can be on your elbow. You can have your hand on the box, but you want to be a little hinged over here so you can get that hand behind that box. Last 2. Next time that hand comes up, come back up to kneeling. We're going to take that strap, bring it into the other hand. From here, we're coming into a high chest press, resisted back. No rotation yet. Bringing it out to the side and resisting it back. Last two. On this next one, when you pull your arm, I want to rotate it with that elbow and bring it back. Remember, you're rotating from the waist, not the hips. So the hips are staying square to the front. Relax those shoulders away from the ears. Last three. Last one here. You're going to hold it back. Little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to center. And slowly come down and hang that strap on up. All right, let's grab the left strap with our left hand. You can keep that elbow on the box to stay hinged over. You can come to your wrist, whichever is for you, but you want to hinge over that box. From here, bring that hand to your waistline or to your thigh. We're coming in for that tricep press. So from here, bend the elbow, sweep it back. Soft bends in the elbow that's supporting you if you're on your wrist. If you aim the elbows back, it puts the shoulders in the right position. Last two. On that last one, come up. You're going to come up sitting to a high kneel. Find your balance, long loop or short loop. From here, switch to the right hand. We're coming in for chest press, so bring it up and bring it down. So thinking about that movement is coming from the shoulder. Everything else is quiet. This will be our last one here. And then when we pull back on the next one, we're going to add that rotation. So pull it back, rotate over the elbow, bring it back. Trying to keep those hips quiet. The rotation's coming from the waist. We're trying to. Last two. We're coming in for those pulses after this last one. From here, hold it back, stabilize that carriage, little pulses back for 8, 7, 6, 5. Last two, 1. Bring it back to center, and you can slowly hang that strap up. Go ahead, roll those shoulders. From here, reach those arms behind you. All right, while we still have this box here, we're going to come up on this box. We're going to come to a sitting position. We're going to keep that blue spring on. I am picking up the strap that I just put down. So I am picking back up my right strap to this side. From here, you have the option of the short loop or the long loop. We're coming into our offering, so elbow is by our waistline. From here, you're going to push the carriage out and bring it back in. So sitting up nice and tall out of that waistline. Last two here. On this next one, when your arm is long, hold it there. I want you to flip the palm, flip it back, and pull it in. So again, extend it out to the offering. Flip the palm, flip it back, pull it in. Last two. One more here, keeping those abs still sitting tall out of that waistline. Bring it on home. Last move here, single arm, hug a tree. So bring that arm out to the side. From here, bring it to the center and bring it out to the side. Again, use your exhale to bring it to the center. Remember, if this is too heavy, you can go to the longer loop or drop it down. I'm not saying this is not challenging. It is very challenging. Last two. And last one. Bring it into center, bring it back, and you can hang that strap up. Before we go over to the other arm, we're going to come down on our knees. So I am going to be facing away from you to start because this is the side that we're on. From here, your left hand or your outside hand is coming to the foot bar. Now, we're coming into modified side planks here on our knees. I am on a blue spring, so this can be quite challenging on a blue spring. So if you feel like you need to go to a red spring, by all means, do that. So from here, draw those abs in, elbow comes down onto the foot bar. You're going to extend yourself out for that side plank and pull it in. So you want to pull those obliques up and in and then come down. So you're cinching your waist to your rib cage from side to side. We're going for 3 more. On this last one, hold yourself out from the side plank. Now hold yourself very still. You're just moving from the arm. Push it out and pull it in. Last 2, just moving from the arm. Last one here. Slowly pull it on in and come all the way in to that bumper. Go ahead, sit back up on that box. And we're going to grab the other strap. So now I'm grabbing my left strap into my hand, sitting up nice and tall, long out of that waistline. So hand is coming into offering first. So just a plain offering, bring it up and pull it back in. Those abs and ribs are connected. You have a string pulling from the crown of your head, sitting tall out of that waistline. Remember, if you feel your shoulders coming up to your ears, just keep your hand low. Brings the shoulders down. Last 2 here, and then we're going to alternate that palm movement. So next time your hand is out, I want you to hold it there. Rotate the hand under, lift it up, pull it back. Yes. Flip it over, flip it up, pull it back. So this is my weaker side, so I use the shorter loop on my other side, and I'm using the longer loop here on my left side because I know that this is my weaker side. So I'm coming to what, especially when we come to that hug a tree. Last one here. Bring it in. We're coming into that hug a tree motion. So from here, soft bends in that elbow. Bring it to the center. If you need both hands to help you track, by all means, use both hands. Try not to pop through the chest. Use those back muscles to squeeze that arm closed. Think about squeezing the shoulder to the scapula as you bring it to the front. Last 2. And last. When that arm opens up, you can hang that strap up. We're going to come to those side planks here. So again, if you need a little bit more support, by all means, go to that red spring. Hand is coming down. Now from here, sorry, I got confused. Hand is coming down to the foot bar. You're going to come out to that side plank here. Now from here, you're going to pull your abs and your ribs, cinch them in, draw those abs up, and come back down. So this movement is definitely coming from your abs as you're pulling that carriage in. Obliques are definitely firing. Transverse abs are stabilizing. Last two. Keep those shoulders away. Last one here. Find that side plank. Now from here, the movement's just coming from the arm. You're going to push it out and pull it in. Keep those abs drawn in. That corset is tight. Everything is squeezing, holding it tight together. Last two. And on that last one, slowly bring yourself up and come on in. You can turn towards that box. Just give yourself a child's pose here. All right, we're going to come off this box. We're going to turn it the long ways. And we are going to add a light spring on to that medium spring. So I have one blue and one yellow on my carriage. I am going to grab my sticky pad for my box so I don't fall off with my clothes. Foot bar is coming down. And from here, you're going to go ahead, climb onto your box. Now your chest is going to be up off the box and you're going to reach those arms long. We're going to go in to pull up. So we're going to walk ourselves all the way up this carriage and you're going to grab at your rises or your tower. So your arms are a little bit lower than your shoulders. Not a lot, just a little bit. Now from here, as you're reaching long, your pelvis is pushing into that box. We're going for double arm pull-up. So when you're ready, pull your carriage to the bar, resist it back. So think about keeping those shoulder blades away from the ears, finding that traction as you extend out, resisting yourself, pulling yourself up, resisting yourself back. Last two. On this next one, I want you to pull towards your risers and hold it there. Your legs are going to swim. We're just going to swim those legs. Keep those abs drawn in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release those arms down and slowly walk yourself back to the bumper. Right. You're going to slowly come up for a moment. And we're going to change our spring. So we're taking the yellow spring off, keeping that blue spring back on. And then from here, we're going to go ahead, lie ourselves back down on that box. And we're going to go for a second set, single arm work. So from here, walk yourself all the way up. Remember, our arms a little bit below the shoulders. From here, choose what hand you want to do first. I do my weaker arm first, so I'm going for my left. Right hand is tucked in front of the shoulder blocks. From here, we're doing 10 on each side. So single arm pull. Resist it back. Remember, those legs are long behind you. If you have to do 5 on each arm to take a break, you do that. I'm at 4. I have 4 more. This is why I start with my left arm. I always start with my weaker arm first if I have a choice, because it's always the harder arm. And I feel like I have more energy to give to it if I start with that one first. All right, I did my 10 on that side. I'm going for 10 on my other side. Remember, your gaze is long, your neck is in neutral, reaching long to the wall in front of you. Pelvis is pushing into that box. I caught myself relaxing. This arm is a lot easier for me. Last 2 on this side. You can be with me, you can be faster than me, you can be slower than me, that's fine. I'm gonna do 1 more for good luck. And then I'm gonna bring my other hand to the bar, and I'm gonna allow myself to go into that traction stretch and drop my head lower than my arms. Once you're satisfied with that traction stretch, you can take your hands, walk yourselves down that wood rail, and you can slowly come up off that box. We're going to take that box, we're going to be putting it away. We are done with the box. And then we can bring our foot bar up as well. We are going to change our spring to 1 red. And then from here, we are going to be coming down, lying down. We're going to do side lying footwork. So I'm going to start facing you. I am going to bring my top foot into that strap. Now your bottom leg, you have a choice. You can keep it long, or you can keep it bent up into the carriage. So foot is facing towards the foot bar. Your obliques, you're reaching that leg long out of the hip. Your obliques are up off that carriage mat. From here, we're going to lower and lift. Leg is parallel to the wall in front of you. So you're lowering and lifting here. Resisting the carriage, trying to keep that long line. Last 2. Next time that leg comes down in line with that hip, we're going to sweep it towards the front and sweep it back. So you don't have to kick it too far behind you. You just want to make sure you're reaching long out of that hip and squeezing that glute. Last 2 here. Next time that foot is long, hold it there. We're going to go ahead, bend our knee in to our top leg. So now we have both legs, foot is still in that strap. You're going to take that top leg. You're still reaching long. You're lifting it up and bringing it down. Up, just opening it up and down. Last 2. Next time that leg is up, hold it there. Little pulses down. little pulses. They are itty bitty. They are inch. You're kicking that foot, pushing that foot towards the foot bar, itty bitty, just working into that outside glute med. 3, 2, last one. Now extend that leg long. We're going to sweep it out, come up and around. So sweep it out, lift it up to the clouds, and push it down. Last 2 here. Next time that foot comes in line with that leg, slowly bend it in, take that strap on off. You can hang that strap up and roll on to your back to give yourself a glute stretch. Almost finished here. Let's go ahead, get to the other side. I'm going to fix my mic. So when you're ready, that strap is coming on to that top leg. When you have that strap on that top leg, this is where you want to try to kick that leg long out of that hip. Keep those obliques lifted up. From here, when you're ready, you're going to lift it up towards the clouds and bring it down. So I'm trying to keep my foot parallel right now. Instead of bringing my toes to the clouds, I'm trying to keep my foot parallel with my body. Last 2 here. Next time that foot comes down long, I want you to sweep it towards the front and sweep it back. Last 2. Next time that foot is long by the foot bar, hold it there. From here, I want you to bend your knee in on top of your knees. Now from here, we're lifting the hip up and closing it down. Lifting it up, closing it down. The carriage should not be moving. It's just the lowering and lifting of your hip. And if it's moving minimal. Last 2. On this last one, hold it down, down. Just give me little pulses through that foot. They're not big pulses, little tiny pulses. For 4, 3, 2, on this last one, extend that leg long. Now bring it up to the clouds, bring it down and around. I think we did it the other way. So let's stay by the foot bar, kick it up towards your nose, then bring it up to the clouds and push it down. So trying to stabilize yourself as you bring that leg up and around, just moving from the hip. Last 2. Last one here. Next time that foot comes down, you can slowly lay it on top of the other leg. Take that strap off and slowly come back towards the center and give yourself a glute stretch here. We are slowly coming up off our carriage. We are going to be taking all our springs off. So all of our springs are coming off our carriage. We're floating the carriage away from our bar, and we are going to be stepping in the well. Work on a little bit of abs before we finish this class up. So we warmed up on some side planks before. So from here, we're going to go into moving planks. And the way I like to do these moving planks is there is no springs on the carriage. So I'm going to bring my elbows down to my headrest, and my bottom is sitting up taller than my body. Now I'm going to draw my abs in, and from here, I'm going to push that carriage out and fall into a plank. Now squeeze those legs and abs together and pike it back up. So this is full body moving plank. You have to use your abs to draw this carriage back in. Keep going. I'm going to lose my mic. There we go. You're dropping it down and you're pulling it up. This is our last push before the end of the class. So stay strong. Draw those abs in. This is one of my favorite ways to build up planks because you have assistance, but you really have to use your core to pull yourself back up. Last two. And last one here. Slowly bring it in. When you have those feet to the ground, slowly bring your hands onto the carriage mat, and you can walk a little bit away from your foot bar. Standing on the floor, right how we started in that cat-cow position. I want you to go ahead, take a big, deep inhale, round that spine. Tuck your chin towards your chest. On that exhale, I want you to give yourself enough room. Blow the air out, push the carriage away. Again, draw those abs in, round that spine, bring the carriage closer to you.
Okay.
Exhale it out. Find that long length in that back. Last two, round the spine. Exhale, straighten it out. Last one here, round the spine. On this last one, when you push your hands all the way out, I want you to take your left hand, thread it under your right armpit, look towards that rail, give yourself a rotational twist, relax those shoulders. Bring that hand back to the carriage mat. Take the right hand, thread it under the left hand. Pull back on the wood as you reach that carriage away. When you're satisfied with that stretch, slowly unthread your hand. Bring it back to the carriage mat. Take a big, deep inhale here. Slowly let the carriage come to a stop, or push it away, let it float away. Slowly roll yourself on up. Drop those shoulders. From here, reach those arms up to the clouds. Interlace those fingers. Draw that head up. Unlace those hands. Bring them back down by your sides. Take your hands behind your bottom. Interlace them here and reach behind you. Drop your neck, drop your ear closer to your shoulder on one side. Again, on the other. Come back to center. And thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this flow, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Anything you'd like to see, any comments, please share. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.